Hello, another Craviotto this time, albeit this is a drum workshop Craviotto, as you may be able to see. And this one is special to me for a couple of reasons, not least of which this is the first Craviotto that I actually ever got. And this is the drum that started the insanity. And yeah, so this is a drum workshop Craviotto, as I said. It's a 14 by 5.5 ash shell. It's actually, oh well, it's 10 years old this year, which I didn't realise, so I've obviously had this a lot longer than I thought. Yeah, it's a 14 by 5.5 inch ash. The thing that attracted me to this initially was the fantastic finish, which I think is probably the same for a lot of us. In a lot of instances, you get attracted to the drum because of the way it looks, and then obviously you play it, and it's the sound also that then grabs you and drags you in. But this one, definitely the looks. It was actually in Wembley Drama Centre, well, obviously about 10 years ago. I think at the time I was actually umming and ahhing about getting, it was either a toss up between getting this or getting a DW Edge, and I think it was something like a 12 by 6.5, 12 by 7 Edge, and I tried both, and this one actually won out. I can't actually remember how much I paid for it now either. I've probably got the ticket somewhere for it though. I tend to keep all that sort of rubbish, which can't really be a surprise to anyone, can it? But it was under the, as I say, it was in the counter, under the counter, however you want to put it. And I saw it. I thought I'd try it. It's just I've always tended to have it tuned quite high, although it's not quite as high as it was. Which means that the last time I took it out and played it, I obviously did tune it down a little bit. This one's actually tuned to G, and yeah, I think the other thing that really got me started on the whole Craviotto drive was looking at the way this shell had been put together, well, made, and the edges, which, as I'm sure I've said before, Johnny C makes the best edges as far as I'm concerned, and I've not seen anyone do a better job, certainly in a solid shell basis. There are some very good ply drums out there as well. I have some, but for me, the Craviotto, they're the ones with the best edges, and I'm probably unlikely to change my opinion on that anytime soon. Pretty good job, really, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to take some photos. It's only a quick one, but I'll take some photos, do a sound file, and enjoy. Okay, so this is just a quick close-up of the drum. One of the obvious things about it is all the brass-plated hardware. So you've got the brass-plated triple flanged hoops. You've got the brass-plated DW turret lugs. There's 10 of those. The brass plated tension rods, just spinning the drum over, 2 DW badges just in case you couldn't read the name off of one. You've got the DW Delta throw off there, which despite being rather large and clunky still works fine. It's never been one of my favourites. It's also not one of the most hated I have sort of come across either. DW solid collector's series badge there around the air hole, and the fairly standard DW butt plate, which I think is the same on all of the DW drums that I've got knocking around here. So anyway, pop the drum down. You've got a DW branded Remo Ambassador. This is the original one on the drum, as may possibly be obvious. If you've never come across the numbers before, these are basically a tuning aid. So if you did sort of 2 or 3 turns per lug and followed the numbers in sequence, so if you do a couple of turns on each of the lugs, you'll in theory get a nice even tension on the head. Just flipping the drum over, and same side, well, same again here really, no numbers this time, but you've got the DW branded Remo Hazy there. You've got the DW True Tone 20 strand wires, and possibly the most sort of obvious and apparent thing here is the shell itself, and the snare bed comes out to about sort of here-ish. It's most flat round there, but you can also, just running my finger around there, you can feel the how sharp the bearing edge is there. And that's one of the things that really attracted me to sort of initially this drum, and then also just Craviottos in general. So anyway, just to flip the drum over finally, give you a better look at that finish. Ash is definitely one of my favourite woods in terms of sort of visual appeal, and it's sort of right up there with oak as well in terms of the sort of expressiveness that you get with the actual grain in the wood. And I think it was DW. I've got a picture in my head of a drum kit in a sort of green fade to sort of natural finish. I'm sure it was DW did a finish in that in ash, and again that's showing off the wonderful grain in the wood, which this one does. So anyway, that's the drum, and now I'll do a sound file.